All right, Patrick, we would love to talk about a couple of Michigan men with you today.
Yes, that's right.
Let's start with, I know you and Judd dove into some of this on Unchained yesterday, but so the latest is Jim Harbaugh he is considered a finalist. You got Jim Harbaugh, Kevin O'Connell, Raheem Morris, and then Pat Graham, the Belichick coaching tree defensive coordinator for the Giants. Jim Harbaugh is going to fly in, not yesterday, not today, on National Signing Day
Signing day.
tomorrow in
Now,
person to Minneapolis.
now most of that signing gets done in December now
That's
these
true.
days. Although this year there's more good players who didn't sign early than there has been in the past. But last year they made him take a cut, a big cut to stay basically on the contract.
Yeah.
And he ended up having a great year. You got to say, even though they got embarrassed in the college playoff, you got to say, getting to the Final Four, beating Michigan, great year. And he is getting his revenge now, that's for sure. He obviously, if he stays, he wants his money back. But B, I don't think he can come back after this. You can't get on a plane and fly to Minneapolis on the day you're supposed to be announcing your last 4 signings or something. Are you?
There's actually a great thread by there's an athletic beat writer, and I'm trying to find it here, but he covers Michigan football, and it's like a 4 or 5 tweet thread about the whole thing being weird. But one of the lines was, for him to go interview on National Signing Day in the Twin Cities and then not get the job would make it awkward for him to return. Not that he would care about that.
Yeah, that's true. But does that make it more awkward than if he does get a job and waits till National Signing Day to interview? There's nothing that could make this non-awkward. I'll tell you that.
That's his whole life, right? That's him as a football player. It's him as a coach. He's just a
That's
weird
why
guy.
I still don't believe it that we can bring in Mensa and talk complete collaboration and everybody's in this together and we're partners. And then you're going to hire Zim on steroids, as far as goofy, a guy who's, Zim tried to keep his goofiness under wraps a little more, right? And this year he only got miffed a couple of times because he was, we're playing hard and they all give their best and all that crap. But this guy is always frontal. So it just makes it does not relate to what they told us a week ago Thursday was all I got to say. It doesn't make any sense. That said, I'm all in. Let's go.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's get rolling.
Yes, come on. Let's go. I think we should all have a little kitty out there where we put $10 in it if we go out for one of the interviews and give it to Thomason if he asks the question that caused the guy's head to blow off or something, because that's going to be fantastic.
That's the sparring match I'm here for. The Twin Cities assembled media trying to figure out Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the back and forth with Thomason would be fantastic. Are you kidding?
Hey, but how embarrassing is it if he doesn't get any of these jobs? Because I read Rappaport, I always trust him pretty much. He's pretty damn good. And he said yesterday that Miami is still going to either hire Kellen Moore or the kid McDonald, the kid from San Francisco.
The 49ers, McDonald, yeah.
The 49ers offensive guy.
Oh,
they're gonna go, Kellen, young offensive coordinator still. And the Vegas is gonna get Josh McDaniels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's official yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no place for him to go now except here. And if he doesn't get a job, he goes back to Michigan with his tail between his legs, and the recruiting class probably blows up on him.
The recruiting class might blow up on him. I don't think he goes back with his tail between his legs. I think he just goes back because he's Jim Harbaugh. I don't think he experiences some of those emotions.
Yeah, you're right, because a tail between the legs suggests that he would be embarrassed, but no, he won't. No. That would be that's. You're right. I'm wrong. He'll never have his tail between his legs. He's He's not that kind of personality. What is he now? 60?
58.
He's 58.
58.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think he would? Do you think he'd want to work with Kirk Cousins, or do you think if the organization said, "Hey, listen, we can clear $35 million in cap space, we can fix our salary cap situation, we can get younger, we can develop a guy or two," what do you think he would want?
I don't know. He's proved to be, he was Mr. RPO with Kaepernick, and yet when Michigan had success last year, they ran the ball 70% of the time, and they had a completely, a quarterback who didn't make plays with his feet. The guy, remember the guy that Milton that beat the Gophers here a couple of years ago? He was like the athlete, 220-pound runner, Culpepper type, and he got rid of him. He stopped playing him. So I think he can develop an offense, whether it's with an athletic quarterback or a non-athletic quarterback. I think Cousins stays if he stays, because he's not coming here to rebuild, for God's sakes. Right. He's coming here to win. So yeah, and I think he looks around, knows that Rodgers is leaving in all likelihood, and sees the talent on this roster that's there. They got cap problems, obviously, and he knows he can come in here and run the show, basically. He's got a better chance to win here than he would have had in Miami, or maybe look at the division the Raiders are in too. I mean, yeah, good luck in that division. So look at the quarterback. If Rodgers ends up in Denver, look at the quarterbacks in that division. It's unbelievable. So yeah, I mean, that's a good job for him. You got the facilities. You're gonna and the Viking fan base. There was a lot of negative when it started off, right? When it first was mentioned, he doesn't fit. We jump in with both feet.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Harbaugh fever, man. Harbaugh fever.
Can you imagine the spike in khaki sales around the Twin Cities?
Yes, that's right. And his wackiness will be embraceable now. It'll be something that we can embrace, even though it's the same as Zim. It's the same. Zim is now the evil guy who screwed up the whole operation. So
it's all his fault.
But yeah, as I say, I have never taken it seriously. I thought it was complete hogwash. I'll admit that. Him showing up on National Signing Day. I just saw somebody say this on Twitter, a writer. He's not coming to Minnesota on National Signing Day if he doesn't have the job.
Correct.
Yeah.
If he isn't able to impress them and have the job. If he doesn't think he has the job, he's not coming here on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Where, Pat, does this rank, or would this rank on Vikings moves? Because Favre has to be atop the list, right? I mean, Brett Favre playing for the Vikings.
Yeah, bringing Favre in because he was the ancient rival, and then the result that came the first year.
But there have been some
probably number one. Coaching wise, 100 by many multiples. Number one with by many multiples. We've never done anything like this. I mean, we brought in Bud because he used to be a Gopher, right? He was from Winnipeg. We brought in beyond that. You never really Denny Green. Okay, you brought in him. He was 1-10 at Northwestern one year or something. So nothing compared to this. They've never brought in and the Wilfs are interesting cats because they try to make it seem like everybody else is making the decisions. I'm 100% convinced they were the ones that wanted Randy Moss to come back. I think that things were not going well. I don't think it was Childress. I think it was Childress saying, "Oh yeah, okay," and I think it was Spielman saying, "Yeah, okay." They were the ones. They were the ones that wanted Cousins, in my opinion. They wanted, the team was stagnant, and they had that lousy year, and well, didn't turn out to be that lousy, but they'd had the disappointment. They needed the quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl, And I think that they were in on that too. They were all in on getting Cousins in here, getting the sexiest signing. That was the sexy. We forget that was the sexiest sign. Hey, you're rating Viking moves. Cousins is probably number 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, at the time,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, 3 years, $84 million, all guaranteed, and everybody else and 5 other teams wanted him. The Giants wanted him. Everybody, Jets wanted him. Everybody else wanted him. So.
Yeah. Now, Pat, I'm not one to generally criticize Kirk Cousins, but is it weird that we haven't heard a peep from him at all, not even on social media, in the month since they fired everybody?
Oh, really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, he wasn't one of the team leaders that spoke publicly in the 48 hours after. He hasn't posted anything on.
He took a picture with his kids. What more do you want?
Okay, there's a picture of his kids on Instagram. Yeah. Other than that, he's posted. Dad. He basically has gone into complete hiding in the last month.
Well, now he's going to the Pro Bowl, so yeah, I don't know how I would. I don't know how busy he is on. I don't follow him. I don't pay any attention to him, so I don't know how busy he usually is on Twitter and things like that. So.
Yeah, he tends to mostly keep to himself, but it's just I don't know. It's just you're the front man of this franchise, and everything's up in the air. And for Brian O'Neill to be the one that speaks publicly 3 weeks ago,
yeah, that was the funniest thing ever. He didn't say hello to me in the hallway. Listen. You're 6'6", 315. He's walking down the hall and doesn't say it. Grab him by the shirt and say, "What's wrong with you?" I want you to say hello to me. Okay, I will.
That's the thing. There's a lot of that too. Zimmer deserves a lot of blame for just the way that things ended. But like, if you're Cousins or you're Brian O'Neill, you're one of the team leaders, and you need more from the coach. I don't pop your head into his office or something. The whole thing is weird.
Well, the whole Spielman thing is interesting. What is he trying to accomplish?
So he actually interviewed yesterday for a Jaguars front office position, according to reports.
Go for it.
Yeah. So some kind of a secondhand consultant?
No.
I think it's a full-time deal.
High ranking, I think.
Well, how would you like to get into that operation where they bring Leftwich to town? Leftwich says, "I don't like the general manager. You should get the guy from Arizona." So they get the guy from Arizona, Adrian Wilson, and then he still doesn't have the job. He just still doesn't get the job because I guess he wants more personnel power than they want to give him. I don't get it. There is a messed up operation that probably deserves Spielman, huh?
They put in a request like 2 days ago to interview Kevin O'Connell, the Rams. They're like, "Oh, look at this guy, this Sean McVay guy that we just discovered," and they were told, "Yeah, you had to do that 2 weeks ago. Now you have to wait until the Super Bowl's over." Yeah. So they don't even know the rules.
It is. I still think that franchise won't be there in 5 years or something. They're going to figure out a better market. I don't think they like. They
should.
It's screwed up. Small town.
Yeah, it's a terrible market.
They were always that was the one they were thinking about. London might end up in London, So I don't know. So we got our Woofies home tonight against Denver. What's your current Wolf's temperature there, Phil? It's you know what the problem with the NBA is? They just don't play enough. The players don't play enough. This team is, now Russell's not playing again. I want to see the team play 25 games in a row. Yeah. I want to see them play 25 games with their team. It's just, some guy tweaks an ankle and it's a 2 week. It's supposed to be. It's like every coach of the NBA is Rocco Baldelli. Like every one of them. Let's not rush it. It's a long season. Yeah, it's a long season, but this team, the Denver's 6, right? Denver's the team you would have to catch.
Yep.
To be 6th, and they're playing good right now. So
yeah,
let's make this a good game, a big game for you tonight, fellas. Let's see your A effort with your A lineup.
Yeah, my temperature is not exactly Delta variant 103 fever, but I've got a mild Timberwolves fever. Like I'm definitely.
Yeah, I do too. I watch them sometimes and say this is good, and then you go, yeah, how'd how'd they end up getting in a war in this game when they were, should have been winning by 25? It's a weird thing, but it's a weird league too. So, but I think the end of the NBA with me, as far as trying to figure out what's going on, is you let Kyrie Irving come back and play in 3/8 of your games.
Yeah.
He can't play at home and he can't play in California, but okay, we'll give him 3/8 of his salary and play him anyway. Well, instead of saying, no, you moron, get vaccinated and play.
They tried that. He said, screw you.
I know.
And then they were like, all right, I guess
They're
we
like, we need you.
We'll
All
take
right.
you. All
Then
right.
he's done. Then he's done. When
That's
he
what
does
they
that,
said.
you're done. You don't even talk to him anymore. Let him go and take his millions and buy an island someplace. But you can't say, well, boy, we got a lot of guys hurt now. We're going to let this guy play 37.5% of the games. It's the ones that he's not injured for, right? So
Forget the Wolves, you guys. We've got the Wild, the hottest team in all of sports as far as we're concerned, okay?
They're back here against the
Come on,
lowly
Mr.
Blackhawks. Are they back here?
No, there tomorrow.
Then when are they
Come
going
on,
to
Mr. Puck.
When are they going to start playing?
The All-Star games on Saturday, when they get back from that, it's basically going to turn into every other day for the month of February.
Because you look at the schedule now, it's like 3 games.
But you know what they won't do? Rest guys. Once they play, Pat, the entire lineup's going to play.
Hey, Greenway, I thought we were down on him, and now he gets a 3-year, $9 million contract.
Team-friendly contract.
Is it team friendly for
team-friendly.
him? No,
It is.
Doesn't score any goals.
He doesn't do a whole lot, but yeah, he got a nice little payday.
Well, he's a good sized fella too. He can,
Mhm.
he can. If they want to hit somebody, he can do that, right? But I was a little surprised to see that, because reading the comments in various outlets on Wild from Wild fans, he's been the one guy they've been bashing quite a bit.
I love that Pat lurks around like wild message boards.
Yeah,
Right.
and
I want to
the
get that's how I
negative.
get my temperature of the fans.
The temperature of the fans who comment on things. I think we all know what that temperature
It runs
is.
hot. It runs hot.
Well, that's true.
Well done.
All right, give us your thoughts on the other Michigan man. Tom Brady sent out a 9-page Instagram goodbye, thanking. It's funny, he thanked everyone like in the Bucs organization, did not mention anyone in the Patriots, but maybe he thought I already did that when I left 2 years ago.
Incredible. There's nothing. What he did last season. One of the greatest feats in the history of American sports. One of the probably 5 or 6 greatest feats in the history of American sports. Go to a new team, get them to sign all these old broken down guys, come in and win the Super Bowl in your home stadium. It's phenomenal. It's Tiger Woods winning 4 straight majors and winning 40% of his match. I mean, it's incredible. It's what he's been, and he's done it with brains, an arm, and footwork in the pocket, man. He hasn't done it by running away from anybody or anything. He's always, from the time you saw him as a 25-year-old when he started establishing himself, he had the instinct for making the right step in the pocket better than anybody I've ever seen. It's just phenomenal. And he's there's not enough that probably could be said about him. They should have some trophy named after him in the league, I think. I don't know what
They
it would
should.
be.
I
I don't know what it would be. Is it
How about Vince?
Is there
can we bump Vince Lombardi?
The Tom Brady trophy.
The Brady.
Vince is out.
Yeah,
Who's
let's get rid of Vince. Vince,
No one remembers Vince now.
No, that's what we do. We just I think they should have a 40-year shelf life on trophies.
And then change all the names.
We
That's not a
still
bad
have in
idea.
the AFC. We're still giving it to Lamar Hunt.
Yeah.
Now, Lamar Hunt. Who gives a damn about Lamar Hunt, right?
When did we name the Super Bowl trophy after Vince Lombardi? Was it right after he won the first Super Bowl?
No, I can't remember. I think, did we name it when he died?
He died in 71 or
Died
so?
young. He died.
Yeah.
Right after he went to Washington, basically, because he wouldn't take a colonoscopy. He didn't want. He very toughly said, I'm not letting anybody put anything up there for me, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later, Vince.
Is that what the doctor said? Okay, Mr. Lombardi, see ya.
But I
Yes,
don't know when they-
1970.
Huh?
Right after his death at the age of 57 in 1970, they called it the Vince Lombardi Trophy. You're
He
right.
was supposedly a jerk, I didn't. But you got to give a guy credit. He had his number in the phone book in Green Bay. That's legit.
Wow.
And he lived like a block from the stadium, And then he had Sid. I remember Sid used to call him all the time when I was in the office, and there was a copy boy. Sid would call him.
Do you guys still get phone books?
Huh?
No.
Do you guys still
this
have
was
phone
in the
books?
60s.
No.
I don't
know. Like, do
I don't
phone
think
books
they
still
mail
exist?
They don't mail them to us anymore, right?
I don't think so.
They used to drop them
Up
off
to-
at the door until about 3 years ago, and
Three
it
years ago.
stopped.
Yeah, they still
Judd has
got
his
them.
Judd has his stacked for the last 7 years. They're just still at his front door.
I
He
used to
refuses go get
deliver
'em.
them as part of a project. Biggest pain in the ass of my life. Oh my God, it took forever.
They waited a little bit, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But,
they were a pain. I didn't
People,
enjoy it.
5 years from now, I'm sure I could go to my grandkids and say, "Do you have a phone book around here?" And they'd look at you like you were from the moon.
Yeah.
What's a phone book?
Where's the payphone then?
What is a phone book?
I need the payphone.
There aren't any
They're dying.
payphones, are there?
Uh-uh.
Well, I mean, they're still they still.
The bases are still there.
I don't think they're active, but they're
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
still. Sitting
No, I
around.
always talked about when I was driving out in the country and I had to do Joe at 440. And I'd be going someplace or coming back from someplace, and there was a town like 11 miles away, and you'd say, it's 420, and I'd say, I think I can make it. And then you'd get there and hope the payphone was not busy, and that there was one right out there on the street. You had to take your shot on whether you knew there was a payphone in that next town or not. But
Then you have to find it too. Like, is it at the gas station?
well, usually it
Is
was
it over here?
on those towns there's a gas station out on the street, and they out on the main road, and they have them. But sometimes end up going in a bar at 420, 442 with people in the back. You got a payphone, You had to do that, but get that extra 10 miles in before you had to pull over. That was very important.
That's hilarious. All right. Well, we'll.
Olympics start Friday. Excited? Who's excited?
I know you guys are. I know.
I actually like the
Mr.
Olympics. I actually
No.
enjoy it. It's not sarcasm. I
Don't
actually
spoil
enjoy
it
the
for
Olympics.
Declan and I.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
We won't. Okay. I
All
don't
right.
even
Okay.
know who the name of the star figure skater is this year. I'm really out behind.
You got some research to do here.
You
Yep.
usually know that. All right, gents.
All right.
Harbaugh, let's
Happy.
do it.
We'll still
Why
talk
not?
to you on Harbaugh Day tomorrow.
Okay,
All right.
goodbye.
All right. See you, Pat. Rapping with Reusse here. Mackey and Judd, Score North YouTube channel.